Prologue. They dressed me in white silk, as if purity could hide the truth. Tonight, the gods wanted my vow. But when I stood before their altar, I felt him. The shadow, the sinner, the one they warned me about.
She thought her soul belonged to the light, but I saw the fire in her eyes, a flame begging to be claimed, to be ruined. And I was the ruin she craved.
Chapter 1. The Whisper in the Dark. The temple was too quiet, too holy. Every candle flickered as though afraid. My lips shaped the vow, but my heart refused to speak it. And then, his voice. Low, dark, forbidden.
Careful, little flame. One lie to the gods, and they'll chain you forever. I didn't need to touch her to feel the shiver run down her spine. Her innocence tasted better than sin itself.
Who are you? My whisper trembled, yet some reckless part of me wanted the answer.
I am the shadow they fear, the vow you were never meant to take. And when I touch you, you'll forget every prayer you ever knew.
Chapter 2. The Devil's Claim. He stepped from the darkness, and the world bent around him. Tall, scarred, dangerous. Shadows clung to his skin like lovers. I should have run. Instead, I couldn't breathe.
Her fear was sweet, but her desire, that was intoxicating. I lifted her chin with a finger, slow, deliberate. Tell me, priestess, will you bow to gods who cage you? Or will you kneel to the devil who'll set you free?
His touch burned, not with fire, but with hunger. The kind of hunger that promised pleasure and ruin in the same breath. And God's help me, I wanted to say yes. Chapter 3. The First Touch. He moved closer, and every step felt like a vow broken. The temple air grew heavy, thick with heat I didn't understand. I told myself to stay still, to remember my chains. But my body leaned toward him as if it already knew his name.
The gods had polished her into perfection, pure silk, untouchable. But her eyes betrayed her. They burned with hunger, the kind no prayer could starve. I brushed a strand of hair from her cheek, slow enough to feel her breath falter. And when her lips parted, just slightly, my control slipped.
Don't. My voice trembled, but it wasn't a command. It was a plea. Because if he touched me again, I wasn't sure I'd survive it.
Oh, little flame, I haven't even begun to touch you. My thumb traced her jawline, daring her to pull away. She didn't. Her pulse raced against my shadowed fingertips, each beat a confession her lips refused to give.
His hand lingered and my skin burned. Not with holy fire, with something darker, wilder. Every warning in my blood screamed danger, but the ache between those warnings whispered stay.
Chapter 4. Temptation's Game. I circled her like a predator savoring his prey. The silk of her gown clung to her body, a temptation offered on a silver plate. I leaned close enough that my lips nearly brushed her ear. Say my name, priestess. I want to hear sin in your voice.
I don't even know your name, I whispered. But the lie cracked in my throat, because somehow I did. It tasted like smoke and steel, like something my soul remembered, even if my mind did not.
Kael. My breath caressed her skin as I gave her the truth. Say it once, and you'll never pray to anyone else again.
Kael. The name slipped from my lips before I could stop it. The sound of it filled the temple, sacred walls trembling under the weight of blasphemy. And when he smiled, dark, wicked, victorious, I knew I'd already given him more than I meant to. Chapter 5. The Bargain. The moment his name left my lips, the temple no longer felt holy. It felt like a cage, and he was the key. My vow, my chains, my obedience, all of it cracked beneath his stare. "Why are you here?" I asked, though part of me feared the answer.
Because the gods stole something that belongs to me.
I said, circling her as shadows curled around my hands.
And because they chained you to their altar, thinking they could keep you from me.
I stopped, just close enough for her breath to mix with mine. "I want your fire, little flame. And in return, I'll give you freedom." Freedom. The word hit me harder than any command, harder than the bite of chains. I wanted it. I wanted him. But I was no fool. Deals with devils never came without blood. "And the cost?" I whispered.
A smile tugged at my lips, sharp and sinful. The cost is simple, priestess. You give me your vow. I reached for her wrist, brushing the golden chain that bound her. Not to the gods, to me.
His fingers grazed the chain, and suddenly it burned, not with pain, but with promise. Shadows curled around my skin, sliding like silk, teasing, coaxing. Every nerve came alive. "Stop," I whispered, but my body arched toward the sensation, betraying me.
Her denial tasted sweeter than any confession. Say stop again, little flame, I murmured, letting my shadows caress her collarbone. Her breath hitched, her lips parted. She didn't say it. She couldn't.
I hated him. I hated how much I wanted him. My pulse thundered in my ears, and yet, when his hand lingered at my throat, I didn't pull away. Instead, my voice came out broken, trembling. "What will you do to me if I give you my vow?"
I leaned closer, my lips brushing her ear, my voice low enough to melt her resolve. Everything the gods forbid.